Hello, good afternoon, Bob. How are you doing?
Great, thank you. And you?
Very good, very good. Thanks to technology, we can have this wonderful discussion and share your business wisdom. You've been doing this for over 35 years, correct? And you've been transforming people's lives, helping them to have a fulfilled, magnificent life. And you're doing this in a beautiful way. And I would like to you share with us how you're actually helping people all around the world, and especially you have this passion for helping small business owners. You're helping small business owners to grow and to prosper. Is that right?
Yes, I love helping small business owners because they face so many challenges and they are much more open to learning than most people because they face so many limitations in their life. They can't deny the need to learn.
Yeah. And what do you think the small business owner mainly face? What is the main challenge here?
Well, most small business owners that we begin working with are in denial of the fact that they're first and foremost salespeople. And it's one of the first things that we have to help them understand because in boom times, there are a lot of referrals. So some small business owners have been able to just field business that came in. But nowadays, when things are tight, it's especially important that they all learn how to sell. Then comes the challenges of how do I sell and how do I deliver at the same time.
Yeah, because it's so challenging when you're a business owner. You have to do the accounting, this and that, and you feel somehow that you cannot fully give yourself give your clients the best if you're everywhere. You can't be everywhere. How do you deal with that?
Well, well, first of all, it's like wearing a lot of different hats. It's like these jugglers that can be throwing different hats in the air and put one on and take it off and throw them up in the air.
Yeah.
And one of the concepts that we use is we call it thin slicing time. And thin slicing time I learned about from one of our clients who's a drummer who has a very successful entertainment business. And drummers uh, actually divide time very differently than we do. If you think of a measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then they actually counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They divide that same four beats that we hear into 64 beats. And so they thin slice time that each measure is sliced much more narrowly. Most business people think in terms of hours, in terms of appointments. They don't think that between each appointment, there are lots of little pieces of time when they can be dialing the phone. And that's one of the biggest challenges is learning to set a goal of dials a day and conversations and meetings and then fit it in. But if you don't pick the goal, you won't force yourself to learn to do it.
But how do you manage to where is the spontaneity in all this? How do you I mean, I can see how you can then put more in your calendar, but does that leave room for creative and spontaneous and letting life or your heart take kind of the lead sometimes? Or is that just not possible and we should be totally so focused and driven that it doesn't allow it for anything else?
Actually, it enhances your creativity. So the people that really are good at thin slicing time will do a call list the night before, and then what they'll do is on their way to work they'll make 3 to 5 dials. Well, guess what? Every one of those dials is a chance for a conversation, and every one of those conversations is a chance for creativity. The fact of the matter is, people who do this are enormously more creative than people who are just kind of floating.
Hmm. Yeah.
Same thing. You do a little bit of accounting, and then you take a break and do some dials and talk to people because our major creativity is in serving others.
And that's the thing is that sometimes it's hard to find that balance between serving others and serving and having the bank account, growing. How do you find that right medium between that spiritual work, if we can put it that way, and the business money work? How do you find that right balance? Did you manage to achieve that? Is that something that you work with the small business owners with?
Well, well, self-esteem is actually a key issue in that because if I don't value myself, then I won't charge appropriately for my time. And so one of the things we help people do is say, well, was there real value there? And if there was real value there, did you charge enough for it? And most of us don't have the self-esteem that we could have. So we actually tend to undercharge. And a big part of our job is helping people learn to charge more and more. When I started, I was billing between $7.50 an hour and $15 an hour. And every time I've increased my billing up to where it is today at $500 an hour, every time I've raised it, it's challenged my self-esteem, and it's also required that I do a gut check about the value I'm generating for people.
Mm. And so, so you helped small business owners to achieve that. And is that holistic, or is that simply on the business?
Well, one of the things that we're always looking at is what are you learning and how are you growing? Because for us, the whole game is transformational business, is helping you become more conscious, helping you become more loving, helping you become more powerful, helping you become more compassionate. And so we see each human being as evolving. And just as your business evolves, you evolve. And Judith has a model called evolating. It's really how people become their best self.
And we're talking about Judith, right? Your wife and business partner, is that right?
Yes, yes, and sometimes boss.
You two are so lovely.